think I might be live. I'm just hoping that the connection is good enough.
She says yes, we are live.
We're live. Okay, hi everybody. Sorry if you're waiting there and we're not actually speaking. We've just jumped on a couple of minutes ahead of time to make sure that the internet was working. It often doesn't here, so it's a miracle because it seems to be working right now. Okay. So, welcome to Zambia. My name is Rachel Merton and I am the Director for Wildlife Rescue at Game Rangers International, and I'm here at the Lalai Elephant Nursery where we rescue, rehabilitate and then release orphaned elephants back into the wild. And this is stage one. This is where they come at point of rescue and start their rehabilitation. I'm joined this evening by Morel, who is standing a nice safe distance away from me out in the open. And we've kept our masks off so you can hear us nicely, hopefully. Right behind me you can see the elephant stables, and this is where the elephants sleep every evening. And so in a moment you'll be seeing the elephants coming in and actually going into their stables to be tucked in for bed. Behind me is also Wanda, one of our elephant keepers, getting ready for the elephants to come in, because the first thing we do when they arrive is to feed them milk. But they have been out in the bush all day long, and so if you can kind of see behind me here, there's the trees and the grass behind. The elephants spend their full day outside, moving around, browsing, playing and being elephants, and so we keep them out as much as possible, but we bring them in just before it gets dark. Sunset is about now, and so they'll come in and then they'll spend their evenings in the stables. The elephants are fed milk when they're very young, every 3 hours around the clock. So it's actually a useful management tool to have them in stables, because we need to be able to feed them throughout the night when it's dark. And if they're milling around together, they will be bullying one another and not actually getting enough food each. So I'm going to take you over to the stables once the elephants are in. And obviously they're not here on time because this is real life and we're not working with robots. So they are walking their way back to the stables, and any moment they will be joining us. Just to give you a tour around the boma fence here. So we've got the stables, and then there's this paddock area. This, like you can see, the gum pole fencing, and this is the area where the elephants stay for an hour or so at lunchtime, so that we can bring them in to feed them, give them a chance to do health checks and do growth rate assessments on them, so that we know they're nice and healthy and they're progressing in the way that we would want them to. I'm just going to introduce Morel a bit more because she's standing here. So Morel does the behaviour research for the elephants, and so she'll also be telling you a bit about them when they come in and we actually have an elephant to look at. So there is a rumour. Oh, they're here. I'm going to flick everybody around. Okay. I'm just going to be quiet so you can hear them as they walk by. That helps. Okay, they're being led by Godfrey. Oh. Knew that was going to happen. He's a bit distracted by me being here. The elephants are very habitual, and oh, we got a straggler. That's Zongo, he's the baby, the youngest of the herd.
Slowest.
Uh-oh. And now we're being followed by Mbila. The young two being very curious. But yeah, the elephants are very habitual, and so when they know which stable is their own, they generally wouldn't want to go in another stable. They like to have the same routine, to go into the same stable at night. They know what's coming, they know that there's lots of food in there for them already, and they know that they're about to get a bottle of milk, which is very exciting for them. So I'm just going to hang outside this fence line until all the elephants are safely inside their stables. It's only the elephant keepers that actually get up close and personal with these elephants. They're the ones who are like mothers to these baby elephants. They spend time with them all day around the clock, and so that means that the elephants respect them, they love them, they have a really good relationship, and they don't see the rest of us quite so often, so we wouldn't want to get in their way. Okay, everybody's tucked in. This is Audience, one of our other elephant keepers, coming to say hi.
Hi.
So Audience,
Hi.
Paul.
Hi.
How are you, Paul?
I'm okay, how are you, madam?
Good, good. And then behind me is Brenda.
Hi.
And Brenda's just been preparing the milk bottles ready for tonight's feed. Okay. So, just gonna bring you all over here to have a look at Mbila in her stable. There she is. Waiting patiently for her milk. That is all elephant, I can assure you. Okay, I think they're going to start by feeding the bigger elephants first. Yep. Okay, so we're going to follow Audience. And that's because they're going to put blankets on the smaller elephants, so they bring them back outside the stables to do that. Okay, Morel, can you give us a tour of the elephants? Who are we feeding?
Okay, so we are now feeding Ludaka. Oh, sorry, that's Tuko. We're now feeding Tuko. Tuko is one of the eldest females. She was rescued from Livingston. She has been here the longest because she was rescued at a very, very young age. As you can see, she's become very accustomed to her milk. She really loves her milk bottle. She doesn't want to let go even though it's done. Yeah. And next we have...
Oh, who's this round here?
And next we have Ludaka.
This is Ludaka.
So Ludaka is the eldest male and the bull of this herd. He is approximately 2 years, 9 months, and he was rescued from Rufunsa village. He has grown quite well since his rescue, as you can see. He was very malnourished when he actually came in. As you can see, he's also liking his bottle, also doesn't want to let go.
Oh, that's the best sound, the rumble after the milk.
Yep.
Full tummy. Okay. And then?
Okay. This is Lani. Full name's Fungulani. Fungulani is also a female. She's approximately 2 years, 6 months. And she was rescued from South Luangwa. She is a female and she's actually the one that is very more maternal than most of the elephants here. When the new rescues arrived, she sort of took all of them under her wing and watched over them. But
And now she's stolen her bottle.
exactly. She likes her bottle more than the others, so she usually grabs onto it and pulls it from the keepers.
They are super strong.
Yes.
Okay. Last but not least.
So this is Olimba, and Olimba was recently the youngest, but no longer the youngest. So she has to learn to be an elder sister to the younger ones that recently joined us. She is approximately 1 year, 9 months, and she was rescued also from South Luangwa National Park. Yeah. She is female, and as you can see, she is a calm elephant, especially when taking her bottle of milk. Although I'm sure she will rumble after that is done.
And she is too young to have her tusks yet.
Exactly. There we go.
Well done. Good girl. Okay, and then we're going to wander around and see the newer elephants, the newest arrivals, that is Zongo and Mbila. And they've only been with us just over a month now. So they were rescued at the very end of June from Kafue National Park. But both very strong and healthy, thankfully. And they've really adapted well into life with the herd. So I'm going to step outside the boma because the guys are going to let them out. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. Okay. So to put their blankets on at night time, it's easier when they're outside the stable. And we're going to have a look at Zongo. There he is. So the nighttime temperatures here are dropping to about 8 degrees, I think, right now. So it's not super cold, but for these youngest elephants, they do need extra blankets. Normally they would be with their mums and have the body heat of their mothers to keep them warm. So in the event of being in a stable by themselves, we have to compensate for that. So they have a nice thick bed of straw, and they have these pony blankets, which fit them quite perfectly. Let me get a little bit closer. And so Zongo is now just over 4 months old. So very much still a baby, very much in need of his milk. These elephants would be drinking milk from their mothers, usually up till about 3 years old. So all of the elephants that you see here at the facility are, or would naturally be drinking still from their mothers, although decreasing in concentration and volume over time. So to mimic that, each of these elephants actually has a different formula that's sort of specialised to suit their needs. But because of food jealousy, it's really important that we feed them all at the same time. So this is the 6 p.m. feed for us, and there will be a feed at 9 and 12 and every 3 hours thereafter. And to make sure that the elephants are supported, we have a team who have just worked the day shift and a team who are then going to work the night shift. And just above or inside this stable structure, there's actually a platform and a tent where the keepers will be staying overnight, so that they're sleeping literally on top of the elephants and they can support them as needed. Going to give you another view from inside the stable, although we're losing light quite rapidly. Oh, I don't think you can see anything there. You got a light? There we go. She's finished. Thanks, audience. So as you can see, she's got a mountain of straw behind her. And she's got a nice pile of browse in front of her so that the elephants have got something to munch on. And then mostly they'll be sleeping. And so these elephants at this age will lie down and sleep on their sides. As elephants get bigger, it's much harder for them to lie down and be fully horizontal because of the difficulty in getting back up again. But at this age, it's very common to find all 6 of these elephants snoring within the next hour or so. So this is a very peaceful time of night here now. Everybody's settled and had their milk, and with their full milk bellies, they will be having a nice sleep. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna close and just, there we go, thank you all again for joining us for this viewing of the elephants this evening and joining them as they've been tucked up ready for bed. And thank you everybody who's watching for your support, because without your support and with that of IFAW, we wouldn't be able to do this job. We wouldn't be able to save these baby elephants and give them a second chance for life in the wild.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Zikomo kwambiri.
Sikomo kwambiri. Sikomo.
Thank you and bye.